Hi, I'm Corzine, your social media lawyer. Texas just passed a new law that requires social media platforms to create a complaint system when creators' content was improperly taken down. It also requires social media platforms to publish a transparency report which says when certain content was taken down, demonetized, or deprioritized in the algorithm. You should know about this law because I think it's going to be similar to one coming to your country soon. And in my opinion, you should oppose any such law because there are three main problems with the law that I believe will take away creators' ability to publish what they want on social media. Problem number one is that this law requires social media platforms to create this acceptable use policy, but it does not require that the platforms write into this acceptable use policy a guarantee of freedom of expression online. So if the platform's acceptable use policy says that there should be no discussion of the pandemic on videos on the platform, then if there is a video that discusses the pandemic, it will be taken down. This will deprive creators of their right to free speech online. Problem number two is that this new law requires creation of a complaint system, but it does not require fair decisions from the person deciding whether or not a complaint is valid or not. It's all very good to require social media platforms to have a complaint system to explain the reasons for their decisions on the complaints and to have an appeal system. But if their acceptable use policy does not honor free speech and their complaint system is not fair, then it's really not very useful to us creators. The law actually gives social media platforms more power to take down content that we make that they don't like. In fact, this is problem number three. The law incentivizes social media platforms to write more and more rules so that they can prohibit content that they don't agree with. By requiring an acceptable use policy but not telling social media platforms what fair rules should be in it, it will lead social media platforms to write more and more specific rules that ultimately, I believe, will lead to the ban of independent creator content. After all, we're kind of a pain in the butt. We have all these demands, at least on YouTube. We want to get paid AdSense revenue. I think it'd be much easier for social media just to take corporate money and then to push mainstream content. Despite the problems with this social media censorship law, I think it was, passed in good faith. It just won't work. And ultimately, it's not going to protect us creators. I think any good social media censorship law would include provisions that would guarantee creators the right to offer content with differing views, regardless of political orientation. It would also include a complaint system that would obligate the judge to analyze takedown complaints with certain fair rules. For example, did the content incite imminent harm of others? Was the content a prolonged post urging violations of the country's laws? If such a system were in place and those guidelines were analyzed, then creators could rest easier knowing that at least the government was taking takedown complaints seriously and doing their best to administer justice fairly. I don't know, maybe I'm out to lunch. Do you agree or maybe you don't agree? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's move on to my next video about why efforts to take away our free expression rights online are really biting creators in the ass.